Hi, this is going to be somewhat of a short video, perhaps. Do you allow food at your gaming table? That is, when you play tabletop role-playing games, do you allow your players to snack or drink something and the like? Well, I think drinking is quite reasonable, but when it comes to food, to eating, sometimes the fingers get quite greasy. Or even if you are using like utensils, your fork or spoon or whatever, sometimes you can get food on the table, on the papers, the character sheets, the maps. And it breaks immersion as well. Sometimes you're in these very dramatic scenes and the player is like, or eating, and yes, it's very distracting. But in this video, I would like to encourage you to have sessions without eating at all. Maybe drink some drinks, yeah, beverages. After all, you're going to be speaking a lot. So that way your throat won't get too dry. So I would recommend that you allow drinks, but when it comes to eating, it won't affect you negatively if you spend between 2 to perhaps 6 or 8 hours without eating, and I will tell you why. And remember, perhaps you could consider some of these things science fiction. Have you ever noticed that the old school bodybuilders, I would say the true bodybuilders, those that don't put chemicals on their bodies, those nasty, horrible lab produced things, performance enhancers and toxic supplements that cause so much damage to your organs, they produce a short-term benefit, but later on in life your organs are going to fail horribly. All of those movie stars, Hollywood stars, etc., the more famous ones because of their physique, they don't want to tell you this, but later on, after you hit 40 and after that, they have to go to the hospital quite frequently, and they they have the money to carry out all of those expensive hospital visits and procedures because their organs start to fail. So yes, it's all about going natural, in my opinion. The bodybuilders of the past, we're talking Farmer Burns or Joseph Greenstein, the guy that invented the bench press. I always forget his name. They fasted quite frequently. They spent days without eating, and they didn't eat anything unless it was organic. They didn't eat that processed crap. They ate organic, full organic, unpasteurized, without pasteurization. This is all sci-fi, remember. Okay, and why is it? Where's the logic in that? How are you going to become stronger if you're not eating? This is because, have you heard about, how you call it in English? Well, it basically means eating yourself. The logic behind this is that when you do not eat, the cells in your body, in order not to starve, they start to eat each other. But you would say, that's crazy, right? No, because they start eating the weakest cells. Natural selection applies to everything, including our current times, the dumbest, most asleep people that have been indoctrinated through mainstream science, religion, all of that. They are destined to failure. They usually, in most cases, they end up aging quite horribly, getting sick. They need their pills, their meds, and they usually end up with a disastrous family situation. You don't want to end up like them. Only those people, like I said, they get, it's a process of natural selection. But when it comes to the body itself, the natural selection also occurs there. The cells are going to eat the cells that do not work, that are damaged, that are weaker. And that only leaves you with healthy cells. And it stimulates your body to produce even more healthy cells. If you take a look at the body as some sort of puzzle, there are pieces in the puzzle that are ruined, or perhaps pieces of a machinery. It's a better way to look at it. If you look at the body as a machine, there are pieces in the machine that are defective, and they are clogging up space. They shouldn't be there. So when you fast in a controlled way, the other healthy cells, they eat the defective cells, and the body is stimulated to produce healthier cells. And so it's almost like you are eating the old you to regenerate, rejuvenate. This is sci-fi. So if you want to rejuvenate yourself, regenerate yourself, be healthier, happier, you could practice fasting in a controlled way, and your body is going to be different, because at every level, even your bones, your organs, those cells that are no longer useful are going to be devoured and new cells will be produced. Now, this doesn't mean that if you play tabletop role-playing games, you're going to you need to fast. No, what I mean is that if you spend between 2 to 4, 6, 8 hours without eating, it's actually going to benefit your body. And for those of you that are going to try to experiment further, make sure you do the proper research. There are actually a lot of good videos on fasting here in YouTube. By some miracle, they haven't been taken down. But it's all about adjusting your body little by little. I usually do a fasting of between 3 to 4 days every 3 months. Don't do it monthly because you need time to recover for those cells to regenerate. But every 3 to 4 months, I spend between 3 to 4 days fasting. And there are people that have taken this way beyond that. They are very experienced in fasting. Just take a look, search on the internet, the record for fasting. And those people are still healthy and alive because their body has adapted. In my case, one of my fasting tips is that in the morning, you still need to drink water. Don't. Some people actually do water fasting, but that's more extreme, and it takes it shortens the amount of fasting. For example, if you don't eat an entire day and you don't drink water an entire day, not even touching water, don't do it beyond a single day because it's going to be dangerous. I actually never tried that. I always drink water. The only thing that I don't eat is food during the fasting period. Obviously, you're not going to be eating food. But my tip is that you still drink water with a bit of apple cider vinegar, because that actually, not only it accelerates the fasting, because vinegar eliminates the toxic substances in your body, the defective cells. It also allows you to control your, your appetite. And if you add a pinch of salt, just a little bit of sea salt, don't eat that crap produced in laboratories. Eat natural sea salt. A bit of salt. It also helps you with the equilibrium of the electrolytes. So my message is that if you want to play tabletop role-playing games without eating, it's going to benefit your body. Maybe you want to eat before the session or after the session, but I would say that do not interrupt the session by eating or snacking, in my opinion. It breaks the immersion, but it will also benefit you. There are so many fat people. This is not to shame fat people. This is about helping fat people. You can eliminate those toxins. Remember that the fat in the body is a mechanism that your body is carrying out to encapsulate toxins. If you start to practice fasting little by little, definitely do your research. This is no joke. It's a serious practice. The fat will go away because it is no longer necessary. Only the healthy fat, what some people call the brown fat, will remain in your body, and you will become healthier and happier. But like I said, if you are not into that, just play your tabletop RPG sessions without eating for a few hours. It's going to benefit your body. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. But yes, thank you so much for always watching my videos. And thank you for your likes and your comments, questions, etc. It helps with the algorithm. And see you later.